All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Founders Cut. I am so excited to have Zoë Levin, the toilet paper queen, on this day's episode. She is the founder and CEO of Bim Bam Boo. Zoe, welcome to the show. Before we kick things off and talk about the products that you are building and changing the world with, we'd love to just kind of hear about you as a person. Like, how did you get to the point where you decided that you wanted to start a company? What led up to that moment?
I was born and bred for this, Adam. I'm the daughter of a serial entrepreneur and an artist. And both those things kind of made me believe at a very young age that I could do anything I put my mind to when it came, especially to business, because I was around a bunch of essentially inventors that were creating new ways of doing things, new ways of looking at things, making things out of different materials. And so I had the honor and privilege of seeing someone live their dream, not just being told to. And that's a lot of what truly motivated me to build Bim Bam Boo. Bim Bam Boo is a tree-free paper company. So we take the fastest growing grass on earth and we transform it into sustainable paper products. And I can talk a little bit more about them later, but one of the first questions I get asked is, huh, what? Totally taking one of the most ubiquitous industries that's stuck in this world of using trees, which is one of our most important resources to combat the climate crisis, and using them for single-use paper products. I was like, wait, do we have to do it that way? Could we
Right.
take a different approach? What is I like to say, the Tesla of toilet paper look like? And that's really where I set my heart in changing the world.
So, is this your first company, or growing up, did you try other things too?
It depends what we like. I didn't have LLCs, so
Yeah.
this is my first or I didn't have a C corp. I didn't have I didn't file anything, but I for sure started young. Like I was um going around the neighborhood trying to sell a Barbie cleaning service by the time I realized that I could make a dime. Like I used to charge, I think I charged actually 25 cents to clean a Barbie, and I had like a full cleaning kit. I would just like knock on the doors around the neighborhood, and I knew where all the little girls lived, and I would go around with my briefcase. I had like this little briefcase that I stuffed all of my cleaning supplies in. And I would take off all the little marks and clean the Barbie's hair and like brush it. And that was my first business. I learned right away. I was like, wow, service-based businesses are great. Now I'm in an inventory-based business,
Yeah.
which means, it's just a lot of money. It's a
Yeah.
lot of money the way you cut it, but like inventory is tricky to work with.
The reason I ask is because when we first met back in 2020,
Hmm.
it's so easy to tell the people that have it in their blood versus the people that are starting companies. I think of founders as like in different buckets. One bucket is like they know something really really cool that's differentiated, that's like something they're smart at and no one else is, so they're going to bring something to market that's revolutionary. There's also founders that are just like, I've always been selling, and like, so selling for me is natural. And then there's for founders that have the hybrid, and it was like very evident that you knew how to like sell a vision, sell a product. And so I'm always curious, like, does it start young? And oftentimes I've been doing this like survey in my head, just asking the people that I interview, like, what did you do before this? And I'm not surprised that you were selling services based businesses to the neighborhood girls, because like those are the skills they're soft skills that the longer you do them, the better you get at. And it's very easy to tell that you've been doing it for quite a while.
That is the biggest, sweetest, nicest compliment. And it's also really interesting you bring this up because I get asked all the time now from founders that are just starting, like, hey, do you have any advice for me? Or what would you recommend? And um, I actually personally, I came out of the arts, so I didn't actually go to business first
Same.
as a young person. Okay, so it's
Not arts, but I didn't come out of business. Yeah, same.
and there's something to be said for having that breadth of experience as you enter your enterprise, as you build. And I came out of theater. So I was a quintessential theater kid. I went to a local school here in the Twin Cities called Perpich, which is an arts high school. And I was deeply devoted to learning my craft as a performer. And I was very, like, I was dead set on it. I was like, I had all my applications ready for Juilliard and McGill and all of these amazing schools. And then one day I woke up and I was like, why? I want to make money.
Yeah.
And so I was really lucky, though, that I was able to take all of that work and time I put in and use it to be a great storyteller. And I think that when we think of founders and that entrepreneurial journey, there's so much you can gain from being able to take all your superpowers from your previous life, if you will, and deploy them to supercharge your own business, like lean into where you're great. And I'm really lucky that like storytelling, performing is something I got a lot of practice at before Bim Bam Boo.
Yeah, I think what you do really well is it's two parts, right? Obviously storytelling, but then you have to be able to know when to stop telling the story and listen. And clearly by the types of customers you've brought on, you know, the larger big boxes, you've done that successfully, right? And so I'd say it's I don't know if the split's 80-20. It's probably more like 60-40. 60% storytelling, 40% being able to stop and listen to what the customer wants and needs. And so there's that balance there. So I think it's important for anyone that's listening that's a founder currently or wants to be, yeah, selling your business, selling your products, oftentimes it comes down to how good of a storyteller you are. And obviously, like, there's nuances to it. It's not just that simple. But when it comes down to it, how good are you at articulating why it's important and why it matters, and getting people to have like an emotional response to that product or that service that you're offering. Um, Tell me more about what the first product was, and tell me about what it's evolved into today.
Bim Bam Boo started off as just toilet paper, and it's evolved into so much more. We now have a line of about 12 SKUs. We have seasonal products, which I'll talk more about later, but it includes singing Christmas toilet paper, which is so weird and so cool. And we're finding that as we diversified our line across the paper aisle, if you will, we're finding great success and complementary success across the line. So, for example, this is an inflationary market. It feels like everything is so expensive at the grocery store now. Like,
Hmm.
I can't get away with shopping for less than, like, I don't know, for my family of three, it's probably like easy $75 to $125 a shop now.
Yeah.
And paper is one of those items that has increased the most
Mm.
over the last 2 years. So we're seeing over 20, I think it's 27% year over year increase in tree-based paper products. And what that's done is it's allowed us to innovate with lower SRP offerings. So like SRP is a price point. So like when you go to the store and you're like, that costs $1 versus
Hmm.
that costs $20. And it's really helped us inform how we evolve our line, looking at starting with toilet paper, moving to things like facial tissue, wet wipes, paper towels, things that are in smaller sizes. So maybe you're buying fewer paper towels because you're using a reusable one at home. But when your dog pees, you really want that paper towel.
Hmm.
But you're not necessarily looking for that pack of, I don't know, 18 paper towels like you used to, because it costs, over $30.
Yeah.
So that's informed a lot of our development of our product line. And now we have this wide breadth of amazing sustainable paper products.
At its biggest and greatest, where do you see Bim Bam Boo?
Ooh, I love this question. Okay, this is so tough for me to answer too, because I'm like I'm in 24 planning right now. So it's like, do. But
Right.
ultimately, Bim Bam Boo is built to be the tree-free paper titans of this industry. So that's looking at all the opportunities across paper and for innovation in supply chain. So looking at not just, oh, this is our cute product line, right? Our cute product line, which happens to sell exceedingly well and is available at stores like Target nationwide, Whole Foods, is great. But there's so much more, I feel like a TV ad, because what we're dealing with here is truly pioneering supply chain, pioneering the future of the tree-free paper industry. So looking at where are those opportunities for ownership, whether that's in a grove, owning our own grove, partnering with mills, and that ultimate strategic supply chain development, so that we can truly not just own the brand that is debuting these kinds of unique, innovative, soft, strong, incredibly affordable, sustainable products in the market, but also we own that magic that makes it as well.
Yeah. No, I think it's important for brands that are trying to differentiate. Ultimately, like if you have a good product, there's going to be competitors that come in, and figuring out ways to keep the competitors at bay. And the things you're talking about, I think, are important, right? If you don't think that way, there's a day where someone else comes in, or some other five companies come in and try to steal your lunch. And the more you can do to go upstream and take other parts of the value chain under your wing, the better. So I love that vision. I love the word that you use, titans of the paper industry. I think that's a cool way to think of it. For the people that aren't educated, and I wasn't, right? When we first met, I didn't really know, nor did I really pay attention to the topic at hand. But like, give me a difference of like, what is an average roll of tree-based toilet paper cost in terms of impact to the environment versus average roll of bamboo-based toilet paper?
We save about, gosh, our equation is a little different for each product because it's based on the weight of the product itself. So we look at our impact in two ways at Bim Bam Boo. We look at our impact in terms of water usage, and we also look at it in terms of our tree savings, if you will. And that's really in the pulp displacement. So from the water standpoint, we save about 27 gallons of water per a single roll of toilet paper. And that
Wow.
has to do with how much more efficient we're able to use our water resources when we make bamboo toilet paper. And then the other, of course, is the tree displacement. So that's around 2.7 pounds of trees per roll, which is kind of hard to convert. Like a lot of
Really?
people, you're not like, yeah, but it's amazing when you look at the numbers, for example. There's opportunity out there. If you expand with a big box retailer, you could easily be looking at saving upwards of 2-3 major forests a year with the total impact you can make. So it's quite significant. And you know, bamboo is an incredible fiber, but there's also other amazing fibers out there as well that also have even more amazing qualities if you look at production in North America. So at Bim Bam Boo, we're focused on figuring out what's the right fiber for the job.
Sure.
For example, hemp is a great example of this. Like hemp, it tends to be kind of a gnarly fiber. Like if you were to use it for like, and I mean that like in terms of its structure is kind of
Yeah.
like abrasive.
Yeah.
So it's maybe not the best toilet paper, but it could be a gosh darn great cleaning wipe.
Yeah.
So looking at where there's opportunities for fiber innovation in these different applications that make it the best fiber for the job. So we've done some work and research around this and what the future may look like for our line and the different impact we may be able to make through both regenerative agriculture, which I know is such like a hot term right now, but regenerative ag and also what does it look like to make tree-free fiber in America?
Yeah. Are those fibers that are easily produced in America, or like I think hemp is, but in terms of bamboo, is that something that could be grown, in our country?
Yes. And I will put a caveat there. It should be grown responsibly, just like anything else.
Sure.
Bamboo is a wildly regenerative grass. And so making sure that those lands are being, used and cultivated appropriately for that grass, and it's not, traveling outside those
Sure.
boundaries is really important, because it grows so darn well. I think anyone who's grown bamboo before is like, whoa, this is out of control. It's in my neighbor's yard.
Yeah.
Which makes it so great for paper making. It's like 2 to 3 years to grow this thing to harvest.
As
And
opposed to like 20 years.
yeah, it's like
Right.
30 years to
Yeah.
grow a pine tree for
Yeah.
paper. And the butts are infinite. The butts do not
That's
stop,
right.
but the
And
forests are finite.
and the
So,
butts don't really care between bamboo paper and tree-based paper for sure. More just the ego thing or like changing your human behavior to switch from one to
totally.
the other. Yeah.
And that's like a big question we get asked is it soft?
Yeah.
I don't know where, like, props to the paper like industry for figuring out how to rebrand trees as being soft. But somewhere along the way, someone was like, we're going to get people to think trees are soft.
Yeah.
Um, and it's the same way with bamboo, right? Like now we have this opportunity, or any tree-free fibers, looking at where we can tell that story. Because this is like bamboo sheets for your cheeks. This stuff is really great quality. It's exceptionally strong. I think I mentioned about finding the right fiber for the job, but bamboo for tissue, it's exceptional. And it has some very unique properties, and we're really proud of the quality we've been able to build into our product.
Yeah. No, it's funny you say bamboo sheets for your cheeks because yeah, they've been making bamboo sheets for forever now, and no one ever questions whether or not they're soft. So why wouldn't you be able to engineer that to be soft in the form of toilet paper? It makes no sense. Um, Talk to me a little bit about the founder journey. What's been the most surprising
Oh,
thing for you along the way so far?
I'm going to be totally honest and candid here. I've had a really tough time sleeping recently.
Maybe that's because you're a mom too. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I'm a new mom, but like the kid is sleeping through the night and I am not. Like I am so excited about what I am building at Bim Bam Boo and what our team is able to accomplish and all of the growth. I think I discounted the physical toll of entrepreneurship,
Mm,
and also the capabilities of what concealer makeup could do to cover that. I'm like, there's only so much this could do. But it's real. It's very real. I'm sure you felt this as a founder too. And many folks feel this way, but in order to get the very best performance out of your company, you have to act like the very best CEO.
yeah.
And that means even on maybe not your best days when you didn't sleep that much. But because you're up worrying about something, or the stress, like I have to hop on a plane tonight to go pitch the business at a major event, for a huge grant opportunity. It's things like that that I think I discounted the balance, or balance is a sham. But like maybe the passion that I feel both for my business and my family and myself and all of that, and trying to figure out how to allocate that energy accordingly.
Yeah. I don't I talk to founders all the time about that, and it's so hard because you don't want to burn yourself out, but at the same time, you want to make sure that you're putting everything into it that you can because, it's not it's not like you just get one shot, but for this given opportunity, it might be that one shot, right? Like obviously you could start another company tomorrow and then you'd be taking a second shot at it, but like sometimes like yeah, there's only one chance to maybe hop on that plane and go pitch the product and the company to that grant maker, right? Or some other opportunity that's a once in a lifetime. So I can totally see how the excitement of it can keep you up at night. Um, for founders everywhere that's listening, I think the important thing to do is surround yourself with a really, really strong network of peers and mentors and advisors. And I think arguably like the next step for Bim Bam Boo will be how do you bring in those amazing people that can kind of offload some of those boulders that are currently in your bag so you don't have to worry about it anymore because someone else can handle it and take it, right? You're a small team still, relatively speaking. And there'll be a
Yeah.
day where you go from less than 10 to almost 100, right? And those hires are the ones that are the critical ones that allow you to just focus on telling the mission, selling the vision, and winning over those partnerships, right? And one day there's always this startup evolution of like I went from building and packing and shipping to now I just go out there and get more POs, get more customers, get more investors, right? And so yeah, it totally makes sense. Um, Staying on the founder side of it, what advice do you have for early stage founders that are trying to get off the ground? What would you tell yourself if you were doing it all over again?
Learn how to tell your story and believe in your story.
Yeah, I think when you come into a room and you do your intro, which I kind of stole your thunder today, but I was looking forward to doing that for quite a while. You can tell that you live and breathe your company, right? And like that's one of the biggest things that as an investor we're trying to figure out is like how serious is this person
Mm,
about this opportunity? Because if we're gonna write them a six-figure check, and then I have to then be a part of their journey for the next potentially 10 plus years, I need to know that they are like committed to it. It can't be like a side hustle. It can't be like a flavor of the week idea and they're going to move on to their next idea in their idea book tomorrow. Like when you walk into a room, I know that this is what like you you're passionate about, right? And so I think that's another thing that you're good at doing without having to ever like defend yourself on it. So appreciate that. Part of this is to hopefully serendipitously find people to reach out to you. Like, what are the types of folks, companies, people that you're trying to get connected with?
we are seeking investment because we're growing like crazy and we have an insane opportunity ahead of us in 24. And we're looking for the right partners.
Right.
So I'm looking for people who are incredibly talented as well. Like you said, it's like building out the team. We're like a team of three that includes me right now. So looking at who can help us create, who can build this vision, and help us operate this at scale. Because that's where we are going pretty darn fast.
Uh,
So folks that are interested in CPG, manufacturing, I would say like ag tech, and has a really good grasp of wholesale as well. You can find me on LinkedIn. I am Zoë Levin, the toilet paper queen. There's only one of me.
yeah, easy to find for sure. Not much detective work necessary to find Zoe. Um, as we kind of get close to wrapping up here, any parting words of wisdom or anyone you want to shout out?
I want to shout out all my incredible investors that have helped us get here today. And also, like, just flashback, there was a time when I launched a Kickstarter campaign to get this off the ground. And I will never, ever discount those early adopters, your like first 1,000 customers that said yes and took a chance on us before anyone else would. So that's like from the bottom of my heart, just like a lot of appreciation and love and hard work has helped us evolve into the Bim Bam Boo we are today.
No, yeah, I still think of the first customers that we had at Yonder, and yeah, you'll never forget them because they either believed in you or believed in the idea, and either way, it's still very like rewarding to know that someone out there was willing to take their hard-earned money and put it behind you and your vision that you had. So I totally get it. No, that makes a lot of sense. If people want to find your products, what store should they head to or where should they go online?
I think we should do like a special discount for your listeners.
Okay.
Why not? How about go to bimbamboopaper.com, place your order, with promo code Founders Cut 50 and get 50% off your first order of Bim Bam Boo. Make
There
the
you
switch.
go.
Start saving trees with your butt. Let's do this.
All right. Well, I'll be sure to let everyone know that listens to go and check it out and go buy their first ever stock of maybe their first ever stock of non-tree based paper products and then
You're gonna
start
love
their
it, folks. I
yeah.
promise. We have a happy butt guarantee.
I will say for personal shout out to Zoe, her Christmas box is hilarious. The one that has the music that plays. And then all of her products are so well branded that like if you're thinking about giving them out as like a fun gift, you can't go wrong with any of their stuff that they have.
Thank you, Adam. I appreciate it. Thank you so much
Absolutely.
for giving me like the platform to share my story. And I hope that something about what I like my perspective and my journey can help someone else today and when they listen to this.
So, yeah, and I'll do one more thing, right? If you are a buyer at a big box, if you are a manager of a large, you know, real estate property or a corporate building, and you're trying to figure out how to make an impact on things that for you are, you know, like your day to day, feel free to check them out and see if it's something that you want to bring into your buildings or into your stores because I think their customers are out there that are looking for change in their products that they're buying. So you know you better give them that opportunity, otherwise they're going to find the store that does.
Sometimes other people could sell your business better than you. Thank you so much, Adam.
Yeah, well, no, thank you so much for having the time after the holidays to jump on, and I was looking forward to this one for a long time. So thank you again, Zoe.
Thanks, Adam.
Cool.